right. See if we get some night owls coming in.
Somebody's gonna have to stay up late tonight to catch us, huh?
Uh-huh.
We done caught everybody sleeping.
Oh, we got one guy in. What's up, John Deziki? He says, hi, Billy.
What up, John? Good to see you, brother.
Oh, we got 5 people. Just came in. 7. They're coming in now.
Oh man, somebody couldn't sleep tonight.
Yeah, we're well into our clean
Hey,
field
if they
now.
like me, when I can't sleep, I stay up watching YouTube all night long.
Yeah.
We out here surface cleaning, guys. Doing some pressure washing. See our guy way down here. He's that's Dustin. Surface cleaning on a 24-inch surface cleaner. We got the buffer tank. We're not even attached to water. We having to fill the tank up and drive over here. It's a long roadway. You're gonna spin around this way, Apex, and look all the way down there. This roadway is probably, I don't know, maybe 2.5, maybe 2,300 linear feet long. So it's been a big task for us to catch it all. Buffer tank, filling at the fire hydrant, coming back, surface cleaning, going back, filling up, back and forth. But what else could we do, you know? Swap down a little bit.
We got 10 people in here with 3 likes. We appreciate the likes, guys, for sure.
Yeah, appreciate it, guys. Hit that like button and push the video out to other people, and we get an audience built up. We'll be taking some questions here in a little bit. If y'all got some questions, maybe y'all want to go ahead and type them in now, and you know, we'll try to get to as many as we can. We're gonna walk over here and turn on these canopy lights in a minute.
Okay. John says hi to all my fellow night owls.
John, where you from, brother?
And Clean 911 says, hey guys, thank you. I just bought the Titan exactly like the one you have. I have learned a lot with you.
Oh, the Titan 3500 parking lot striping machine. That's good. What comment is it?
Clean 911.
Oh, Clean, if you 911, if you need any information, check out that All Pro striping course. It's got 11 hours. We got a bunch of information on that Titan 3500 because it's much different than the Titan 2850. So we got a lot of good information in there. Let's walk over here.
All right.
We'll show y'all our rig real quick. It might get a little loud over here. I'll take it for a second.
All right.
I'll show you guys what we're working with. We got a 330-gallon buffer tank here. Having to fill it up at the fire hydrant, come back, and then do our surface cleaning on this roadway like I was talking about earlier. And the machine I'm using is a IGX 800. Puts out 10, 11 gallons a minute, but we only got it on about 50% power just to try to conserve on water. So, and we only using one machine as well. So we're gonna walk over here. I'm gonna show y'all something real quick. Then we're gonna take a few questions. This could be a way that y'all can earn some extra money out there pressure washing. Here you go, Apex. I'll let you hold it. And these canopies, you can find them at car dealerships, storefronts. You know, we love pigeons. Pigeons keep us busy. And I'm going to kind of show y'all what we're going to be cleaning in a little while. We surface cleaning, and then we're going to come clean this check-in canopy.
Yep, got 15 people in here with 6 likes.
Appreciate it, guys. Hitting that like button. Let me find these lights, Apex.
All right.
So they're going to take a minute to power up, but I think once the lights come on, y'all be able to see a little bit more. But those pigeons come in here, and I actually, you know, they nest and roost and whatever they're doing, having fun. And, you know, bird droppings everywhere. You know, they put bird droppings all on those rails up there.
Let me see if I can show them.
And it falls on the ground.
Yeah, guys, so on top of these flat surfaces, you can actually see some birds up there.
Really?
And, yeah, they're perched on the beams.
Oh, yeah, I do. I see them, yeah.
Yep, and then it just falls onto the flat surfaces and on top of these poles.
It looks nasty after a while.
Yeah.
And it falls on the ground. So wherever you got customers, you know, they walk in the restaurants, shopping centers, car dealerships, marine shops. No one wants to walk across all that, especially if they spend a lot of money. at that place. You know, keep it
Yeah.
clean. Approach the property owners about this. A lot of times, you know, they see it, but they too busy to call somebody or don't know who to call. And if you get in front of them, point this out, you start landing some of these jobs. Did we see any stuff on the ground? I noticed it rained earlier, so
Yeah, right here
yeah, here's
is
a
a
bunch of 'em.
concentration of it. It's actually a lot.
There's a name for this. It's bird droppings, what I call it, but it's like
Guano.
iguana. Yeah,
I think that's like bat dropping.
Bat
Yeah.
droppings, bird droppings.
Yeah. There's another pile here. You don't want to have to deal with that whenever you're coming in for whatever reason.
All right, let me see. See, another thing, you can talk to your potential customers about cleaning this up. This could actually be a health hazard, especially at a restaurant. Some of these bird droppings have been known to cause respiratory diseases, especially kids touching it, playing on the ground, dropping keys or whatever, and ingesting that. It's called ARDS. It's acute respiratory distress syndrome. You can Google it and find out more about it. But it's something that you could print out along with your estimate to give to that property manager or the property owner, and perhaps encourage them to get it cleaned, if that makes sense.
Yep.
What you think, Apex?
I think that's a legitimate concern that it needs to be dealt with, and we got a lot of comments.
I've cleaned a lot of this, guys, at stadiums. You know, obviously, football season's here. Then you got baseball coming up in early next year. What are you doing? High school, private schools, local campuses like colleges, universities around your area. I have done that for years, cleaning stadiums, and stadiums is actually really good money. Not only you do the bird droppings, but you can do all the people droppings too, all the trash and hot dogs and cokes and stuff. Hey, I went about a decade doing this one particular stadium, and I made hundreds of thousands of dollars in that decade, over that period of decade. Let's read a few of these comments here.
All right. John says he's from Minneapolis, Minnesota.
How's the temperature up there, John? Minnesota's gonna be cold.
Steve Pickard says hi from Las Vegas.
Las Vegas, amen, boy. That's where I want to go.
Yep. And look, they got a whole family of birds up in there.
They chilling up there.
Yeah. Little's Pressure Washing says, how's it going, buddy? Hope to connect soon and make things happen.
Absolutely, yeah. I talked to Little's Pressure Washing. Guys, I want to mention something about Little's Pressure Washing. Go check out his YouTube channel. Do me a favor, subscribe to him. He also is got an equipment page. I've looked at some of his equipment. I think it's top notch. You know, if you're in the market for equipment, especially for, spring will be here before we know it. You can probably get deals during the wintertime where you couldn't in the spring. He sells a lot of equipment. Go to his page, contact him directly. Let him know that we sent you over. I'm not gaining anything out of it. He's a friend of mine. He's a real great guy out there in the washing industry, and he won't lead you in the wrong direction. He's real knowledgeable about equipment, and he can definitely give you the hookup on some equipment. Pressure washing, soft washing, pressure washers, pumps, parts, hoses, whatever your need is, he can definitely take care of it.
All right, and we got 16 people in the stream with 9 likes. Proud Dead says hi from Austin, Texas. Got them all up there, man.
How many? About a dozen of them up there?
Yeah, look, over here we got them all perched on the cable.
Man, they have no idea what's coming.
Yeah,
tornado's coming, guys. Y'all better run.
Yeah.
I hate to wet them, but we got to clean it.
Yep. Marlon Clemens says Little Rock, Arkansas, tapping in.
All right.
Mr. Mo Pressure says, always good footage and knowledgeable coming from you guys. Thanks to you, my parking lot striping business is growing.
Let's come check out these windows over here. See what this looks like. What's he got, a parking lot striping?
Yeah, he's got a parking lot striping business.
Oh, really? How's he doing? How you doing in your striping business?
He said, thanks to you, my parking lot striping business is growing.
Oh, man, I appreciate it. Again, guys, if y'all looking at parking lot striping, we do these lines all the time. We teach this. This is not something that's going to be really easy to learn on your own. You can, If you like me, it took me about 4 years of literally messing up, screwing things up, underpricing, overpricing, leaving money on the table. I can teach you all this. I do it. Taught hundreds of people. I can teach you. I'm very confident, and perhaps change your life in the process. I want to look at these windows right here. You can tell them how to get to it. BillyDavidsonVIP.com if you want to, and maybe type it in the comment section if you want to. But we're gonna rinse all this, wash all this off too.
If you want to take it for a minute, I'll type it with my phone. I can't type it.
Apex is gonna drop y'all comment in here for website link. I know a lot of guys ask me my website for our training page. If y'all looking for some training, we would be very grateful if you got it from us. We put our heart and soul into our training videos, and it's what we practice in real life every day. Sometimes too much. 7 days a week. Apex needs a day off.
Yeah. There you have it, guys. Please drop it in
all
the
right,
comments.
there it is. Got some more questions coming in.
Absolutely.
How can y'all hear us pretty good, guys? I know sometimes our audio is a little weird.
All right, so
You got some good questions for me?
yeah, Little's pressure washing says burning the midnight oil.
Hey, till the sun comes up, baby. Making some money. You know, Christmas is just a few weeks away, and you know, the more we can make now, the more we can provide and help other people out along the way. You know, do charity giveaways, and some homeless people we helping out at the time, and you know, it's a rough world out there, and you know, sometimes I'm not a super religious person, but I believe in, you know, the Lord teaches that we have to help our fellow man and stuff like that. So one aspect of us coming out making a really good living is not only to provide for our family, but also to provide for even complete strangers. And you know, it just warms your soul to be able to help people out if you can. And this has been one of the avenues that I've used to earn money, and a lot of it to be able to give. And I find giving has been more of a blessing to me than it is the person that's receiving, as weird as that is. And I've heard that before, and I never understood it until you get in a position where you can do some things like that. Just makes you kind of feel like, hey, it's all worth it in the end, you know.
Yep, we got 20 people in the stream with 11 likes. And Todd Hillberry says, good talking with you guys today. Don't y'all ever rest?
Not too much, Todd. And Todd, I did get your text messages early. I just hadn't had a chance to review those estimates. Guys, if you're wondering what we talk about, Todd is kind of a local guy to our area, really cool person. He has an interesting background. I'm not going to talk about it here, but maybe one day we'll have him on a YouTube channel. He has took our online all-pro parking lot striping course, you know, to paint some of these lines. And we're actually in the process of helping him get started, making sure he's charging the proper amount of money. So that kind of comes with part of our courses. You know, we get to work with you one-on-one to, in some capacity, and kind of help you out getting started. So we're actually looking forward to, I told Todd the other day, we ever get a day off Apex, we're going and grab some lunch with him.
I'm down.
He's got a really good place out in town that's got some genuine, authentic Indian cuisine.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if you've ever ate any. I don't know if y'all have ever ate any, guys, here on YouTube. Good Indian cuisine.
Yeah.
It's definitely an experience for sure.
All right. And we just got a super chat from Little's Pressure Washing. He said, here's a cup of coffee, brother, $9.99.
All right, I appreciate it. Hey, coffee doesn't sound too bad tonight. We temperature's dropping a little bit. Obviously, we got our little jackets on here, so hey, I appreciate that super chat, you know. And that will get me a cup of coffee tonight for sure on our lunch break.
Yeah, hashtag sticker tits says, someone needs to pressure wash my hubby's mouth out with soap and bleach. He is a sick puppy to a blind woman.
What did he tell you? Or should I maybe not even ask?
We got another super chat from John Dezeki, $5. He says, here's the donuts.
Hey, I don't know about y'all. I love those little white powder donuts. The only problem I have is when I buy one of those little bags, I can't stop eating it. So sometimes I just have to stay away from the donuts. But I don't know, Apex, if you've ever ate those little white powder donuts.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Oh my God, that's one of my weaknesses right there.
Yep. And Clean 911 says, I'm in the Miami area. Very competitive here, but I am ahead of the crowd thanks to your videos.
Well, I appreciate that. Miami is a competitive market, but I have trained a few guys down there. There's a lot of money to be made in southern Florida. And as we all know, Florida is booming. They've increased population by millions of people over the last couple of years. So those people got to live somewhere. Those people got to work somewhere. They got to drive something. More cars in parking lot means more cleaning, means more lines that need to be striped. The businesses have to stay looking good. You know, and Florida gets a lot of rain, so the mildew grows like it does here in Louisiana. I talked to some people up north, like we were saying Minnesota earlier. You may have to wash a house once every 15 to 18 months. Not so fast. Down here in the south, about every 3 to 6 months, that house is going to have to be cleaned again. And that goes for businesses as well. And even our striping down here, we get so much rain and stuff. Our striping doesn't last as long as it would in a more drier climate. So obviously that's job security for us. We get to stripe these lines about twice a year. It's more revenue for us. And at the end of the day, provides for our family in much better ways.
Yep, and Mr. Mo Pressure says, in Memphis, Tennessee, primarily doing pressure washing, but parking lot striping is going great. I'm also a member of your parking lot striping course, too.
Hey, matter of fact, we're going to be headed to Memphis, South Memphis area, maybe a little bit on the east side of Memphis, here maybe before Thanksgiving. So I may hit you up and maybe we'll grab something good to eat for sure.
Yes, indeed. And Influx Services says pressure washing in a town of 8,000 people. Thanks for the knowledge to make it possible.
Absolutely. You know, I'm from Hammond. Well, I'm in Hammond, Louisiana now. I'm actually, if you look at the map, we are about, I would say 30, 40 miles east of Baton Rouge. The Hammond population at best is 25,000 people in the city limits. Now we do have a college here, a university called Southeastern University. So that does bring in a lot of students, but those students aren't our customers. So that daytime population may fluctuate, but the given residence here is quite low. So we've made this happen for over 28 years, right here in the small town of Hammond. Now Hammond is a little unique. It's a really well put together little town. If you ever come through here, you'll see it. It's really nice the way things are laid out. People like to keep things clean. But we've made this happen, and I've had several full-time employees for years right here in this small town. Now we do venture out and go out of state. A lot of that's our parking lot striper. But take what you got and expand on it. Maybe expand into other counties. Go out and target shopping malls, high traffic areas outside of those small areas. And it's very well possible that you can make an extraordinary living even in a small population area, so to speak.
Awesome. And we've got 19 people in the stream with 15 likes. We really appreciate that, guys. And Loving Awareness says, let's get a striping stream soon.
Hey, that would be fun. Matter of fact, we're going to be striping this parking lot probably maybe in the next few nights, depending on the weather. I'd like to do it tomorrow night, but I think the weather's not going to allow us. Maybe once we start striping, we can hop on a quick live and show y'all a few things and talk about it. But we're also going to be doing some in-person training for pressure washing. So anyone who wants to come down and spend a day with me and Apex, hang out with us, go spray his house, maybe go spray his neighbor's house, do something, teach y'all a few things about equipment, marketing, how to price things. A lot of stuff goes into pressure washing, but I think spending a day with us, you might can kind of get ahead of your competition. If y'all want to find out more information about that, go to my website. I don't want to put my phone number on here because I get a bunch of spam calls, But go to my website, BillyDavidsonVIP.com, and my personal phone number, the one that sits in my pocket, will be on that website. And you can text me, and we can talk about our daily rates that we're going to charge for our training and our availability as well.
Yep. And Loving Awareness says, new striper here, Southeastern NC. Picked up a Titan 3500 power liner yesterday, inspired by Billy. Thank you, sir.
Absolutely. Apex, what you think about that Titan?
Man, it stripes like a dream. The way it just lays it down is so steady and consistent. It's awesome. It's like going from a old F-150 to a new like F-250 diesel. It's a dream to work with.
Now, it does take a lot of technical knowledge to get those machines up and running. Do you think, so you've been doing this for a few years, how long do you think it would take someone new to grab that machine with no knowledge, right out the box, with no training? It's going to be difficult, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I would say just to get familiarized with the processes of it, and getting it ready and packing it up, and not to mention just the act of striping itself, the technique involved with that.
The lines straight, the edges straight, the
yes.
paint. There's a lot that goes into it.
You have to develop some muscle memory, and that way you're not going to be on your hands and knees scrubbing away mistakes all night. It does take a little while to get used to it, and then there's another echelon is once you're used to it, you have to get efficient with it. And once you're at that level, you can start making some serious money laying down paint in these parking lots.
Like thousands of dollars every day.
Got,
and to be honest with you, you make a few $1,000s a day, gas prices can fluctuate $1 a gallon, and it really doesn't matter.
Yeah, guys, I've done a lot of different trades in my life, and striping pays more than welding. It pays more than mechanic work. It pays more than a lot of things.
Pressure washing, grass cutting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's we're blessed to have a trade that we can do and make that kind of money with it, for sure.
Yeah, and you're not just grunging through the work, struggling. It's actually kind of fun, once you get used to it and you're out there going at a good speed.
Yep. Takes a little getting used to, but you can do it, with the right training, the right help. It's definitely doable, for sure. I wish I would have had some help when I first got started. That was a rough go at the first few years.
Yep, and we got a new comment here. Taki Yazid says, thanks for the class. I need to get with you soon.
All right, yeah, do that. Get in touch with me anytime. Like tonight we working, so, if someone wants to get in touch with me tomorrow, probably maybe afternoonish, I'll probably be up stirring around, that sort of thing.
Yep, and we got 23 people in the stream, 16 likes. We really appreciate that, guys.
Appreciate it. Absolutely.
And Most Hated 12 says, do you guys think yard signs really bring in jobs?
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, definitely. Really, it's a very highly effective way, so long as you're doing your yard signs right, using the right colors, putting them in the right place. Apex, you want to tell them your story about your yard signs?
All right, guys, so
a little confession here.
Yeah, so Billy teaches a very specific way to use yard signs to your advantage and bring in a lot of business. Now, I had a bright idea, but I would go and do something different from his formula, and it backfired in my face. I spent $200 or $300 on signs. I went out, spent my time putting them out all over town, all different places, and immediately half of them got stolen, and I got one call from all of that effort, and it didn't even pan out. So you definitely need to pay attention and do things by the proven way that's been through trial and error.
Yeah, so Apex had a bet with me. He was like, he thought he developed his own yard sign strategy, and he was going to ignore my way, because he's got his own little side pressure washing business too. So he puts out like 30 signs, and I told him, I said, if you get one call, you're going to be lucky. So we had like a little lunch wager on it. I said, hey, you can do it my way. It's not because I'm smart or, I'm some genius. It's just I did it every way that you could possibly think about it. I did every yard sign color, every lettering font, every way. I split testing them for 20 years. And then I found one way that worked like magic. And then I started to duplicate it. I thought it was just an anomaly. Like, I put out a yard sign, I get 5 or 6 calls from it. I was like, is this just, some weird strike of luck? I would do it again. I started duplicating it. I found out what works. And so Apex gets this bright idea to try a different way, and obviously it didn't work. But yes, to answer your question, your yard signs could be a double-edged sword. You could do them the wrong way, waste hundreds of dollars, not get any calls. You could do it a proven way and use much fewer signs and get more calls than you want. Think about that. So pick and choose. If you're doing it in a good way and you're getting a lot of success, well then that's awesome. But if you're not having much luck with it, you might want to take a different approach.
All right, we got 21 people with 17 likes.
Let's kind of walk over here and check on Dustin here.
Yep. Loving Awareness says, I'm a painting contractor with airless spraying experience. Looking forward to the new challenge. Thanks, boys. Keep it up.
Hey, that's a good trade to have, airless. Matter of fact, you can use some of these striping machines to do more than line painting. We can kind of stop right here. We can see a little bit of them, right?
Yeah.
So those striping machines, they are an airless sprayer, but they're mobile. They got a different type of pump, so the lines will come out better, but you can still spray paint. Whether it's fences, you can do parking lines, you can spray buildings, you can do all types of painting with a striping machine. Not only striping, but you can, paint houses with it, exterior. We've done a lot of that. I see some more comments here.
Yeah, so DRJ says, how can you keep that line straight? I'm afraid of painting crooked lines.
Yeah, that's very possible to do so. So it does take some practice, but like I tell guys all the time, if you go out and practice and you don't have the right techniques down, you can practice wrong and develop bad habits. So like those old saying, practice makes perfect, but I believe in practicing with a purpose. Like perfect practice makes perfect. So you can develop bad habits that will carry you on for years, making those same habits. So if you're going to start striping, you need to know exactly how to practice to develop those muscle memory, develop those techniques, and then you'll be good. But I've seen guys come to me that's been in the industry for 3 years and they couldn't stripe a straight line to save their life. We teach them how to do it, kind of retrain them, and then they off to the races. But it's easier to get trained without the bad habits, if that makes sense to you.
Yeah, that totally makes sense. And GoPro Wash Pressure Washing says, what's
GoPro.
Up, guys? Looking
right.
good.
Absolutely, GoPro. It's been a while since we've seen you. Good to see you in the chat box here on our stream. We're not getting too close to the machine over there because it would probably be a little loud for y'all, but there's not a lot going on out here. Again, guys, if y'all just joining, we surface cleaning some concrete. We can flip the camera back around. We're going to be cleaning this underside of this canopy, all the pigeon mess and all the pigeon mess that's dropped on the ground. We'll clean that tonight as well. And doing a pressure washing. Then we're going to come back and, when the weather allows us to restripe this massive parking lot. So yeah, that's on our agenda next week and a half. And then maybe doing some traveling out of state, getting ready for Thanksgiving holidays, and then Christmas will be here before you know it.
Yep. S. Lawrence says, hitting Sonics on Friday. The video was awesome, but how do you handle a shift manager? Maybe address with a new video.
Yeah, I don't really talk to the shift managers if I can help it. I like to go straight to the property owners, that sort of thing. But yeah, I can add some more stuff to our Sonic training video that may can help out some guys, or go back and kind of clear some things up. That we might actually do that. We'll get some time in the next couple weeks and add a new video to the training course. And obviously, if you're already a VIP member in any of one of our training courses, whenever we add to it, it's a free upgrade for you, so it's no additional charges.
And here we are at the half-hour mark with 23 people in the stream, 18 likes, and Juan Harmillo says, any recommendation on a good cleaning product to clean asphalt driveways?
Yeah, so there's a couple products you want to use. One of them is TSP, trisodium phosphate. That's a powder that has to be constituted with warm water. That's pretty good for asphalt. That can be found at Sherwin-Williams, Lowe's. Um, Another thing is just Dawn dish liquid soap is pretty good cleaning asphalt. You don't want to use any harsh degreasers on it because you can degrade the surface of the asphalt. Obviously, if you're using a degreaser on a petroleum-based product like asphalt, you're going to break it down. So be really careful. No harsh cleaners. Don't use a lot of pressure. Never use a surface cleaner. Don't use too much pressure. No more than that would basically hurt your hand. So if the water pressure would hurt your hand, you're probably hurting the asphalt. Stay far away from it. Let your flow clean it and not your pressure.
Yep, and we got a pretty interesting comment here from Christophe Boswell. I believe he's your French subscriber. Bonjour les Louisianias.
Bonjour, comment ça va?
Hi, Billy, Apex, and everyone. What do you think about the electric ES500 Graco striper? Silence might be cool, but the machine has limitations, correct?
Yeah, it does have some limitations. Obviously, the battery life is going to be one of them. The weight of the machine is quite heavy. That's not to say that's not a good machine. I was actually supposed to be trying one out early next year through a sponsor. So y'all be on the lookout for that. So I hadn't had a chance to put my hands on one, but they are a little heavy. What does that mean? The weight of the machine, if it's really heavy in a rough parking lot, obviously it's going to be very bumpy, and that could translate to your line width and your line sharpness. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to hold my judgment until I get my hands on one. But it's a pretty safe bet. The main complication with that unit is going to be battery life. Unless they got a rapid way of charging it, which would be a blessing. See, I'm a Tesla owner, so I know a little bit about battery life. I think that's going to be our main Achilles heel on a striping machine, that and the weight of it.
Yeah, that's awesome. And Little's Pressure Washing says, everyone hit that like button. It's free and helps the stream.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. Again, don't forget about Little's Pressure Washing. Go check out his channel, subscribe. Drop him a comment right here. I'm sure he'll be responding to it. If y'all looking for some soft washing equipment, pressure washing equipment, surface cleaners, pumps, anything y'all need as far as pressure washing, he can take care of you. And he's a great guy. Honest, too. Honest, it means the world to me. And, you can pick up the phone and call him, and he'll definitely get you hooked up.
Yes, indeed.
I guess we need about end it, guys. We're gonna go give Dustin a hand over here, and we're gonna probably hop on a live here in the next couple days. So if y'all want to be notified when we do that, you need to hit that bell icon and subscribe. We appreciate it, and also you'll be notified the next time we upload a new video or go live. So good night from Billy Davidson here, Apex behind the camera, Dustin on the surface cleaner.